Hello, welcome back to my channel. So here we are in Fontaine, and today we're going to be doing the big event of this patch. Haven't touched it at all, so yeah, let's see what's in store for us. Very exciting. Yeah, I don't know what to expect at all, other than a free pull. Because I already have Bennett, C6. Okay, this is so annoying. Yeah, it's very annoying. Doesn't this just mean that Lady Farina will sit at the judge's table? Exactly. Sit at the judge's table? What does that mean? Oh my, we have guests. Judging from your clothes, you must be outlanders, yes? In that case, it's quite expected that you might not understand our local lingo. Allow me to put it this way. Who should sit at the judge's table? The justices, of course. And who is our Chief Justice? Monsieur Neuvillette, naturally. Oh my. Well then, why is our dear Hydro Archon sitting in Monsieur Neuvillette's chair? Come now, tell me. What would the poor people being judged think of that? If it were me, why I would feel cheated. Our Hydro Archon knows nothing about being a judge. Well, it does seem like they wouldn't be guessing what was advertised. Exactly. Trials will be not as advertised, precisely as you say. Huh. So it does mean what Paimon thought it did. Wait just a second. Are you sure it's okay for you to make fun of your god like that? Oh, of course, our Archon loves such jokes. Why, if these words reached her ears, she would tie me to a stone and have me hurled into a deep lake, watching enthusiastically from the sidelines the entire time. But dear guests, do not grieve yet, for our good Arbon is ever so flighty with his words that even a millstone could not sink him. And our Archon would say, it's a miracle, such a romantic ending, while applauding most loudly. In fact, she might even shed a tear or two. Aye, and she may even bestow upon me a model of romantic Fontaine medal. Ah yes, most romantic. Paimon's not sure what to say here. That's definitely a first. In any case, let's get to business. Might I ask why you've come to our humble store? Speaking of which, Arbon, don't you think our two guests look like the famous adventurers the boss told us about previously? Huh, quite so. One with hair like burnished gold, and the other like shining silver. Oh right, might the two of you be Ms. Saro and Miss Paimon? You know us? The boss was asking around at the Adventurers Guild about adventurers active in Fontaine, and ended up being told about the two of you. Word is that you're a pretty formidable team. Well, Miss Sorrow, looks like we're getting more famous by the day. 'Tis all thanks to you, Ms. Paimon. Haven't you been growing a silver tongue lately? Alright then. For that, Paimon shall always share her fortune with you. Well then, what would your boss like from us? Well, unfortunately, he's not in the store right now, so allow us to tell you in his stead. Just a few words, not to worry. To be brief, our boss would like your help collecting data for his Champion Duelist plan. Champion Duelist plan? It is a plan to use Champion Duelists as the main characters, the development centerpiece, and the focus of our advertising for a new line of Clockwork toys. Ah, right, that's our business, by the way, Clockwork toys. Also, have the two of you heard of Champion Duelists? I have, don't worry. Continue. Our boss believes this to be an excellent cultural institution of Fontaine. As such, toys of this kind may yet sell very well indeed. And if they do get popular outside the country, we can also win honour for our nation. Two birds with one stone, I say. I can see Lady Farina herself pinning medals to our chests. Okay, so that's the situation, huh? But if you're making toy Champion Duelists, what do you need us adventurers for? Well, you can't develop anything without data, and the strength of the Champion Duelist is honed in all matters of perilous places. Getting data on them isn't easy. But when we heard that the more impressive adventurers do similar things, we thought, why not get adventurers to help us instead? Paimon kinda gets it now. You're gonna use adventurers to get the data you need for your line of toy Champion Duelists, is that it? That's false advertising. Well now, it's not quite that serious. It's more like replacing a romaritime flower with a mallow tree. Or, you know, a wooden pillar with a stone one. Yeah, doesn't all this mean more or less the same thing? It's what you two were talking about from the start, you know, and we heard it all. Oh, that. We were talking about La Porte Horlogerie. The watchmaker next door. They're way worse than we are, trust me. They call themselves a watchmaker, but they make toys on the sly. Now that's just completely absurd, isn't it? Indeed, terribly so. A watchmaker that sells toys? Exactly. And is that not reprehensible? Come, tell me, what do you like most in this world? What Paimon likes most? Well, it's her best buddy Sorrow, of course. That's very cute. I was expecting her to say sweet madame. In that case, if there was a Sorrow puppet store somewhere that you travelled from afar to see, only to find that it did not sell Sorrow puppets at all, but instead stocked nothing but a ton of arbon puppets, would you not be angered at this betrayal of your expectations? Would you not cry and scream? Would you not send the boss of that store flying with a single punch for denying you the purchase of your dear companion? This is a little weird. Why, I'd be furious. I'd punch the store owner straight into a cell in the fortress of Meripede. Seriously, who'd buy arbon puppets anyway? Well, now that you say so, it would be kinda annoying. What do we do, Sorrow? It would be terrible if puppets of you were to go out of stock. Paimon, it's a red herring. Don't get distracted. Huh, and they almost got Paimon there too. Oh, come now, we were just making analogies, and you know what they say. There's no such thing as a perfect analogy. And well, the things we described do happen. After all, you will not find beryl conches and conch madeleines, will you? Precisely, and such things will only increase in frequency until a day comes when watchmakers will stop making watches altogether. But we shall not forgive them, oh no, unless they change their name to Laporte Toy Makers. And there you both go again. You two really love spouting nonsense, don't you? The more you talk, the further off topic we get. So let's just have it now. What do you need us to do? Well, actually, we do have one request to make before that. Could you two go to Laporte Horlogerie next door and do a little investigation there? Watchmaking is their main trade, but the latest toys have become so popular they're stealing our customers. We heard that the store owner gained inspiration for those toys in Mondstadt, and we're curious about what they might be. For all you know, it might be some alchemy-powered toy that gives off a scent 4 times as sweet as Sunsetia's, which they use to ensnare people. Well, I've heard that there's an alchemist in Mondstadt who can do that anyway. A quadruple sweetness Sunsetia? Wouldn't that be... As such, could you please help us check it out, dear guests? Our boss is quite concerned about this matter. And why won't you go yourselves? Oh, come on now, dear guest. We have reputations to maintain as business people. We can't just walk over there willy-nilly. Exactly, it's for the sake of our reputation. And is one's reputation not one's all? For my part, I must go tell the boss of your arrival, so please lend us your aid in this matter. To be honest, Sorrow, Paimon's pretty curious. What would toys that take inspiration from Mondstadt look like? Would they really have something to do with alchemy? Let's just go and have a look, shall we? Ah, thank you so much. In that case, we shall wait for news from you here. Okay. Wrong button. To Le Porte Horlogerie. I do not speak French. I need to look at that video where a French guy shows how to pronounce every word or name or whatever. Caron. Hello dear customers, I'm Caron, the owner of this shop. What can I do for you? Hey there boss, we've heard you've come up with an awesome toy, so we'd like to know more about it. Of course you can. Still, my elder brother sent you here to seek out information, didn't he? Eh? Your brother? Wait. Actually, how did you know what we were here for? Oh, I just saw you walking out from the clockwork workshop, that's all. My brother owns that shop, and I know him and what he'd do. This is right up his alley. Exposed before we could even get started. Ugh, we should have prepped more before coming over. How are we supposed to know that you're brothers? Ugh, now this isn't just a matter of corporate competition, is it? It's brother against brother. Paimon, mind your language, please. Sorry, boss. Paimon's brain gears got stuck there for a minute. Don't worry. Even the best made toys have components that will get stuck at some point. It's the same with people. You need to take good care of them. Besides, I don't think you're wrong about how my brother sees our relationship. Regardless, I won't take up more of your time than needed. Let me talk about these toys instead. Are you sure this is okay? We're supposed to be secretly gathering intel. Such interesting things you say, dear customers. Our store's real bread and butter is clocks, which we use making techniques handed down from generation to generation. Toys are just my personal hobby. They bring happiness to people, so if I let more people know about them, is it not the same as spreading happiness? That's such a nice way of thinking about things. My brother would probably say that this line of thinking is too unadventurous. But that aside, why don't you have a look at the toy? I hope you'll like it. I heard that you got your inspiration from Mondstadt. Indeed. I've liked the place since I was little, and when I went there recently, it was indeed a rewarding experience for me. I incorporated the story of an adventurer I met there into the toy. But don't set your expectations too high, alright? In the end, it's just a simple clockwork device. An adventurer? So it's not the product of alchemy then? An alchemical toy? That sounds interesting, but this adventurer made quite the impression. If there's time, I'll tell you his story. Would you like to try the toy out now? There's nothing quite like experiencing it for yourself. We'd love to, but they're still waiting for our reply on the other end. We should get there first, Sorrow, and then come right back. Paimon really wants to try this adventurer toy right away. Alright then, remember you're always welcome here. He's nice. I'd rather just, play with toys than commit corporate espionage, to be honest. But that's just me. I do want to buy one of these pear toys. Look at them. Can I have one, please? If they don't give me a pear gadget pet, I will cry. Boss, our 2 guests have returned. 2 of you are quick indeed. As expected of people recommended by the Adventurers Guild, I'm Leave, the owner of this shop. Welcome. Hey there, boss. So you and Karan are brothers. We didn't know about that, and he saw through us right away. Seriously, Albert? You didn't tell them something this important? Seriously, Arbon? Didn't we agree that you'd tell them? If we were gonna cut anyone's salary, boss, cut his. Hey, are you 2 brothers too? What? Don't call this guy my brother. So what you mean to say is that the mission's a bust, you didn't find anything? Well, no. Karan is a really nice guy, and he didn't mind even though he knew about us. He even told us that we could try the toy out any time. That guy. So is that toy alchemically powered? No, it's an adventurer toy. Those things are so corny. Didn't he say that he incorporated some adventurer's story into it or something? That's right. How did you know? Did you already investigate the matter or something? I just know him all too well. He always puts something sentimental into his toys without caring about the market situation. If you ask me, adventurer stories are long out of fashion. But his shop is very popular, isn't it? That's just ordinary market fluctuations. Once our champion duelist lineup takes the stage, we'll have him beat easy. But those aren't real champion duelists. They're just the result of us out-of-fashion adventurers play acting. What do the 2 of you know? This is what we call packaging. It's standard practice on the market, and no one cares how exactly you do it. We're just going to get the data and put it into some popular toy prototypes and claim that it's a story about the growth of a champion duelist, and that'll do the trick just fine. Really? That's it? Paimon feels like there'll definitely be problems this way. It's fine if the story has issues, it's all about the gimmick. What would you think if I told you that Arbon and Albert are in fact ultra-realistic, ultra-high-quality puppets based on the theme of Double Act? What? They're puppets? Can puppets look so real? Have you met the Raiden Shogun? Of course they can. That's the power of a double act. Tricks can seem very real indeed. See that? That's the power of packaging. Even a gimmick can, when presented the right way, generate interest. So it was just a trick. You cheater. You couldn't be more different from your brother. Well, that's his problem for not staying in his clockwork lane. If he wants to stick his nose into the toy-making business, it's my duty as his older brother to show him what's what. Quite the dab hand, aren't you? Thanks for the compliments. In that case, eyes up, you two. The data collection will be run by Arbon and Albert. Well, we're just gonna turn a blind eye to your brotherly conflict. Just don't skimp on our payments. Oh, Paimon. Alright, we've unlocked the mini-games. Dance Dance Revolution. Resolution, my bad. Torrential Turbulent Charge and Efficacy Testing Simulation Arena. That's probably going to be combat, right? Alright. And then... Oh, that's the quest. Okay. Okay. We're going to leave it here. And we're going to do some of the mini-games in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this intro. And yeah. See you then for the mini-games. Bye.